Well, my first placement, when they told me that she was going to be up for adoption, I got kind of nervous because I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready to make that decision, and that, big of a commitment. And so I just gave it a lot of thought, talked to my family, talked to my friends, and ended up about almost 2 years later adopting her. And she's now my daughter, and she has my last name. And my dad never told me that he was proud of me until the day that I adopted my daughter. And he said, Lori, I am so proud of you. And he was so excited that I had turned out to be the woman he wanted me to be and to be able to give a child such a blessed life, So.
The foster system is excellent in terms of preserving confidentiality, which I think is obviously really critical. Both confidentiality about where the child is going, but also confidentiality that we don't really learn very much about that family.
I've learned that it works a whole lot better if you can work with the birth parents and if it's advisable.
She didn't want to communicate, and I was able to write a letter and just to let her know that about her son. And but see, her reason for not communicating was because of shame. And it was all on her. She didn't want to have to justify to me. And she didn't know that I wouldn't be judgmental on her.
I have never to this day, with all of my kids, ever talked negative about a birth parent. It does not matter what that birth parent has done. The kids love their birth parents, and they will always love them. So if they see that you can work with the birth parent, I tell you what, it makes their living in your home a whole lot better.
I've had kids that tell me, you deal with my mom and you know what my mom is about. You're telling me not to talk about my mom or, talk to your mom, and you're telling me I should be doing this. Why are you telling me this? I said, because that's your mom. I said, no matter what your mom will do, that's still your mother. I said, your mother just has some problems, and, if she didn't have those problems, she would be a good mom.
When I was going over there, I could feel it. I could feel my heart going, beating harder and faster and faster. And I said, my God, they're going to take the kids away from me. Because I was with them all the time. So I said, well, I just have to be stronger, but, you just can't. You can't.
It wasn't until she left that all of a sudden, my emotions started bubbling and realizing that just the short period that she was here, that she left something, that I drew to.
I get a little depressed, but I don't usually have time to be depressed because another child comes in. But it's hard, but you just have to remember why you're doing it. And if it's a reunification, it's so much more worth it. If they're getting to go back to mom or dad or a relative, that's the best part of it. And you have to keep focus on that.